Hey guys, this is your second interval workout for week 3. So this week we have 2 different interval workouts. So I want to make sure we don't get them confused. This one is composed of a 40-second time frame and a 20-second time frame. We're going to work hard for 40 seconds and rest for 20 seconds. We have 4 different movements today. We're going to do a curtsy squat, a renegade row, leg lifts, and we're going to finish off with some shoulder raise combos. So I'll take you through them. The first one, we're going to pick up our dumbbells and perform alternating curtsy squats. They look like this. So to modify, we can start by placing our dumbbells down and putting our hands on our hips and doing the movement without weight. So what we want to do is keep our feet underneath our hips to start, step out, and then bring our back leg on a diagonal, reaching back, tapping our back knee on the ground, making sure our front knee doesn't pass too far over our toe, because we still want to be able to press through our heel. So once we get the knee back, we can rise, straightening that leg and stand. And alternate, reaching back on a diagonal, tapping our knee, rising, straightening that leg, standing. And just alternating back and forth at whatever pace you feel comfortable with. The next modification is doing the movement without touching your knee to the ground. So we can reach back, hover above the ground, maybe 2 inches, then step back in line, hover, and back in line. Just hovering above the ground and then tapping back. So let me fix my mat. And then we're going to go on to the renegade row, which we did in week 1. Hopefully you remember, but we'll review it anyway. So we're going to go down to a nice plank position, making sure our arms are underneath of our chest and my booty is tucked under. We're going to start by rowing with our hand up to our hip bone. Row, down, row, down. Still a pretty difficult movement, so let's start with talking about the modifications. The first thing we can do is take away one dumbbell and keep one hand on the ground and just work with one side at a time. Row, down, row, down. You'll also notice that my feet aren't as close together as a traditional plank. They're separated, so I have more base of support here. Next modification would be going to plank, getting rid of both dumbbells, and rowing and alternating, pretending I have dumbbells, bringing my hand up to my hip bone, my rib cage. And again, we can modify one more time, going down to a plank on our knees and working from here, making sure that my butt isn't up, but I'm all tucked under, and we're going to row, down, row, down. And if still one of those are not working for you, we can always go against a chair or the wall or a couch and do the same thing from here, either without using a dumbbell or grabbing a dumbbell, rowing. Okay, next one is leg lifts. I really like these. They really target your lower abdominals, transverse abdominals, and hip flexors. So we're going to start on the mat, laying down, hands almost underneath of your butt, shoulders glued to the mat, legs straight, toes pointed. So you'll notice that I'm not whipping my feet towards my head. I'm bringing them straight up at this 90-degree angle and then pushing up to the ceiling. So if that isn't working for you right now, we can keep the movement a little bit smaller, tapping our heels, bringing our legs straight up to that 90 degrees. So straight up and down. We never want to swing. We don't want to use momentum for this one. Really just want to use strength here. Next modification can be bending our knees, starting at tabletop, tapping our toes, and bringing our knees to our chest. This one's okay to swing for this modification. And again, things to remember, keep our legs glued together. We don't want wonky spaghetti legs. And also keeping our lower back on the ground is really the most important. We never want to start arching and pulling away. That means that our abs are no longer engaged and we're just using our back muscles and just our body structure to keep us in place. So we really want to glue that down, squeeze our cheeks, and keep this position the whole time. And the last movement is going to be a shoulder raise combo. So we're calling it a combo because we're going to do a side raise and a front raise. And I would suggest using a light to moderate weight dumbbell. Keeping our feet under our hips, our core engaged. We're going to start with a frontal raise to our shoulder height, up, down, and then our lateral raise, out and down. Front, down, out, down. Making sure I'm not swinging to get the weights up. I'm really using the shoulders, chest stays tall. Good, and from the side, just so you can see, front, down, side, down. And when I'm lifting, I'm bending my elbow just slightly, mostly straight arms, just a little bend. And when I come out to the side, it's not all the way to the side with an arch back, it's a little bit in front and a nice tight core. So those are your 4 movements for your next interval workout, and I hope you guys kill this workout.